Hey everybody, it's Jess here with Blessed Jess. Thank you so much for watching today. This is my week 10 weigh-in. I keep saying it was 10 like 2 weeks ago, so it's finally week 10. So welcome to my channel. I have kind of switched things up a little bit this week, but it's all having still to do with counting calories. So my plan, I'm just going to get into it, and I'm sorry I'm blinking a lot. My eyes are feeling weird today. So I had been trying to do 1,500 to 1,700 calories, working out, drinking water. That was the plan I was doing. I just got stuck to where you guys know I was coming on here every week and I was losing and gaining the same amount of weight. It wasn't working. I had a hard time even hitting 1,500 calories. I was hitting like 1,300, 1,400. And I got a lot of hate, not a lot, just a little hate saying you're eating too many calories. And as soon as I read that, I was like, really? They really think I'm eating too much? And I started really thinking about it and praying about it and going, and I kind of came to the realization that I'm not eating enough. I am a busy mom. I'm running around all the time. I'm working out hardcore at the gym 3 to 4 times a week. And I just don't think 1,400 calories is cutting it. So I started kind of researching what I needed to eat in order to lose weight and exercise the way I was doing it. You guys know that if you don't eat enough calories, your metabolism slows down and your body hangs on to food. You do not want to be eating too low in calories, plus you're miserable. And there was many times in the day where I was hungry, but then I don't know, like I felt bad eating up to 1,700, and I don't know, like I was just really struggling with it. So I had heard a lot of people talk about counting macros. And I'm just going to briefly explain kind of what that is. And if you want more information, there's tons of resources on YouTube, on Google or whatever that does a lot better job of explaining, that's not a word. Explaining macros. So basically macronutrients, there's 3 different types and they all work together with your calories. So calories are broken up into fats, carbs, and proteins. And counting macros is really just balancing those, making sure you're not getting too much fat, too much carbs, too much protein, and you're not getting too little of any of those either. You're balancing out what your body needs in order to lose the most weight. And I know it seems the opposite of what you think you should do. You should eat the lowest amount of calories possible and you're going to lose the most weight. But I'm here to tell you that does not work. It might work for you, but it does not work for me. I have to, if I do not eat enough calories, my body just slows down. The weight loss slows down. Plus, I'm miserable, like my husband was saying. So I started just looking into counting macros, and I saw some amazing results from people that have done it. And the fact that I really liked is it's counting calories basically, but it's balancing it all out. So there's nothing you can't have. It's just like counting calories or counting points. There's nothing you can't have. You just have to balance it. So if you have a lot of carbs in one meal, then you don't need to have as many in the other. And I like that. I like being able to eat fast food. I like being able to have a treat now and then. But I was really intrigued. So I went on to this counting macros calculator, which will tell you exactly the number of calories and then the macros you need to hit every day within 3. So you can be 3 under or 3 over. So the one I used is the acronym for ifitfitsyourmacros.com. I'll leave a link down below. There's a calculator. You go in, you enter in your weight, your height, your age, your activity level, how many times you exercise a day or a week, and all of that. And then you can pick, I said it wrong the other day, you can pick where you want to do light, I think it's called light, aggressive, or reckless weight loss. So depending on how fast you want to lose it. I just went ahead and picked reckless because I want to jump start on my weight and I want to just do the best I can. And of course you can always tweak this if it turns out it's too fast. So I picked reckless. So they said the lowest number of calories I should be eating each day is 1,837, I believe. I did it a couple of times, so I've said different numbers, but I went ahead and just redid it so I would make sure because I keep forgetting it, and I wrote it down. So it's 1,837 is the lowest amount of calories I need, which is so much higher than I've been eating. It says it wants, and then it breaks up the grams for the macronutrients, which are protein, fats, and carbs. For me, because of my stuff I entered into the calculator, my height, weight, activity level, they want, and I know everybody's gonna be different, they want me to start out eating 40% of my calories from fat, 30% from protein, 30% from carbs. Now, in doing the research, I have found that a lot of people start out 30% carbs, 30% fat, and 40% like protein, and doing the extra protein instead of the extra fat. I don't know why they gave me extra fat instead, but when I was reading about it, it said to try it out for a week, and if you need to adjust, some people's bodies do better eating more fat, some people's bodies do better eating more protein, some people's bodies do better eating more carbs. You have to find out what your body needs. So if this doesn't work out real well, eating 40% fat, 30 and 30 for the other two, and I hope this is making sense, then I will adjust to maybe increasing my protein or increasing my carbs and backing off the fat. But because this is what the macros they gave me, that's what I'm running with. And actually it's tons of protein. I'm trying to get 129 grams of protein, which is a ton. I'm trying to get in like 81 grams of fat, and I'm trying to get in 125, I think, grams of carb. It's very balanced. So macronutrients, basically there's 4 grams, there's 4 calories per 1 gram of carb, and there's 4 calories per 1 gram of protein. There's 9 calories per gram of fat, because fat is more heavy apparently. So that's where the breakdown comes from. That's how you kind of figure it out. I would recommend just plugging it into the calculator, letting them tell you. They'll tell you your percentage you need to hit, and they'll tell you your grams you need to hit. If this is all Greek to you, I totally understand. I'm just getting into this too. If all you care about is counting calories, fine. I'm still counting and watching my calories as well. How I'm tracking all of this is still on MyFitnessPal. I changed my goals on there so that it's showing those numbers instead of the 1,500 to 1,700. You do not have to pay for it. They do have a paid version, but for what I'm using it for looking at my carbs, proteins, and fats, it's not showing. It's not saying I have to pay for it. I can do all of that on the free version. Again, I really hope this is making sense because I know it's so confusing. They also want you to get in they want me to get in 34 grams of fiber a day, which I haven't quite been hitting yet. I've done counting macros the last 2 days. This is my 3rd day, I believe. And the fiber is still an issue because I'm having trouble working in fruits and vegetables without making the other numbers, because you guys, there's carbs. There's a lot of carbs in fruits and vegetables. I'm trying to balance that, but I will get it. So fiber though is not as important to me as the other 3, and I will kind of work in fiber. That's not really an issue I have. Is, you know, they want to make sure that your digestive system is moving. I've never had a problem with that, but I definitely want to just get it in just to be healthier. So that is a work in progress. You guys, I feel like this is it. And counting calories always made sense to me. It always made sense. This is just the next step in counting calories. This is counting the individual macros that I need to lose the weight. It's still counting calories. It's still balancing out. If you watch me because you love seeing counting calories, you can still watch me. I'm still going to show you the calorie counts. I'm just going to take it a step further and make sure the macros balance out in what I'm eating, and I'm not getting too much of any one macronutrient. Every time I heard counting macros, I was thinking like the big bodybuilders, all the people in the gym, like the people who are doing bikini contests, and you know, I don't even know what they're all called, but all those competitions, they all count macros, but they count macros a lot of times to put on weight. And so there's a calculator in the same thing where you can say, I want to put on weight, I want to maintain weight, or I want to lose weight. So it's very, very flexible. And it's just really about understanding your body and what you need, and the results are tailored to you. So they're not going to say, oh, you're a 30-year-old woman, eat 1,500 calories, every single one of us. No, it's tailored to exactly what you need, which I love. So it's something to look into if you're interested. There's coaches out there. There's tons of stuff on YouTube about it. Again, I am not an expert. I am just figuring this out. But what I do is when I wake up, or a lot of times the night before, I've been doing it the night before, is I'll just kind of start playing around with my day. I'll put in what I know we're going to have for dinner because I plan that out a week in advance. And then I'll kind of just play with it till I get it balanced. And I know they say you get faster and faster as you do it more and more. So I'm really excited. It doesn't take me that long. It's really easy to balance out because I'll be looking at my diary and I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit short on fats and proteins. What can I eat that has fats and proteins and no carbs? And I'm like, oh, duh, an egg. Okay, so I'll add an egg in there and it balances. So just understanding, and I think having a background of counting calories for so long has helped me kind of understand, like, oh, I need a little bit more of this and this. What foods do I have on hand that I can do? And it's been really, really easy. So I'm sure after talking 10 minutes, you want to know what my weight loss was. Like I said, I've only been counting macros for 2 days now. This also was the time of the month, so you know that's never good for the scale. I was really, really nervous about weighing in because that time of the month, you just never know. But I've been working really hard. Even before the last 2 days, I was just counting calories, but I was really being strict with myself. I did have 1 day of eating Arby's, a roast beef sandwich, and cheddar popper things. So I got some not so nice comments on that too, but you know, I am never going to cut out fast food. I'm sorry. Like, I have to have it every now and then. I have to be able to live this life. I have to be able to live with the diet I choose. And I'm sorry, if you can live with eating fruits, vegetables, chicken, and that's it, great. But I can't. So I was really nervous about stepping on the scale. Last week I was 227.6, I think. Yeah, 227.6. This week I stepped on the scale. I was 226 even. I lost a pound 0.6. Whoop, whoop, whoop. 1.6. I mean, that's a happy dance moment on my period, you guys. 1.5 pounds. I mean, amazing. And I will tell you, I weighed in. A lot of this is probably fluid from period stuff too. I weighed in right before sorry. I weighed in right before I started counting macros, which was just a couple of days ago, and I was 229. And now I'm 226.0. So, I mean, that's 3 pounds. And I know it's a lot of fluid and you can't go by that, but I mean, I feel like the scale is moving in the right direction. I found that I was not eating enough. So if your weight loss is stalled, look at your diet. Look at your diet and say, what? And I was getting hate. I was getting hate that I was eating too much. That's why you just kind of have to know yourself and go, no, I'm not eating too much. What else could it be? Hey, maybe I'm not eating enough. So that was my experience. You know, maybe you are eating too much. Maybe you're eating the wrong type of food. Maybe you're getting in too much sodium, not enough water. Also this week, something I have done, I bought a 64-ounce Tupperware like pitcher that I've been keeping in the refrigerator. So I fill it up every night, and I know I at least have to get through that during the day, because what happens with my little cups, which I'm still drinking out of, but I put ice in it and then the ounces are messed up. I know that a cup is 30 ounces, but then with ice, I'm not sure. So I know now I have the 64-ounce bottle and I just refill my cup with that. And I've been putting my apple cider vinegar in there and some lime juice. It is amazing. And look, a little bit of orange peel. It's awesome. So that's what I've been doing, getting lots of water, really kicking it in the gym. I'm loving it. I wish I could go more than 3 or 4 times a week. Right now it's been almost pretty much every week. It's been 3 times. It's really hard as a mom to get out there and to find the time to go, but I'm really making a priority. So goals for next week is just to really crack down on myself, be strict with the macros until I get the hang of it. Not a whole lot of deviating from what I know is working. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I feel like a new energy because I have this new plan, and that's always exciting. It's a new plan, but it's also part of the old plan because it's still calories. It's just balancing those calories. And, you know, I've seen a lot of my girls on YouTube doing Simply Filling on Weight Watchers, and I find a lot of similarities with, you know, they're not counting anything. They're just eating whole, healthy foods. And with counting macros, you don't have to eat whole healthy foods, but you get more bang for your buck eating whole healthy foods. And so I've kind of enjoyed seeing their food, and it's kind of looking like my food right now, which is really, really crazy. But that's going to be it for today. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. 1.6 pounds, thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Ask me any questions. I'll try my best to answer it. Again, find someone that's more expert in this if you're interested in me. Do your research, but I'm loving it. And subscribe if you're new. Please subscribe. You don't want to miss out on any future videos, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, y'all.